The Workstation Settings form doesn't have as many maintenance tools as the Maintenance Wizard, but it does have several important tools for ACE Express. To access Workstation Settings from the main menu, click File, then Workstation Settings. The main purpose of this form is to set up your label printers. Label printers tell ACE Express how you want to print barcode labels. The regular reports are all printed through the laser printer, and there is no need to set that up. Any LaserJet printer can also serve as a label printer, provided you have the correct labels. However, ACE Express also can work with the Brother QL550 to print labels. While the laser printer is sufficient, we recommend a dedicated label printer, such as the Brother QL550, to print your labels. Before you can set up a laser printer in ACE Express, you need to make sure that your label printer is set up externally to ACE Express. If you are using the Brother QL550, you'll need to connect the printer and install the printer driver software for it. Once you have done that, you should see the Brother QL550 in your available printers. The first step in setting up a label printer is to choose the printer type. In this case, either the Laser or the Brother. In this example, we're going to choose the Brother. Once we click on it, it will automatically default to choosing the label printer queue. From here, we should search for the queue that says Brother QL550, and we can see that right here. When we click on OK, the form should have this selected. You can see it's depressed, and you can see the label printer queue set up right here. If we're choosing the Brother QL550, there's one other thing we need to check out before we're ready to print labels. We're going to minimize this. We need to make sure that the settings on the printer itself are correct. Let's check that out and see what the Brother QL550 is set up like. Let's go into Printing Preferences, and let's check the width. Unless the width says this, 2 3/7 by 4 inches, it will not print properly. If you have it set up to something other than this, the labels will not print at all, and you'll get an error message. So make sure that the width is set to this, as well as these other fields, and then go ahead and click on OK. Once that's set up, you should be able to print labels in ACE Express. Let's go back into ACE Express. The next section we're going to talk about is Show Help Balloons. ACE Express have help balloons that are used in conjunction with the major forms in the application to help users better understand the software. Each form that uses a help balloon gives the user the option of turning off the help balloons. If for some reason you want to have the help balloons appear again, you can come into the Workstation Settings form and check or uncheck this option. The help balloons will start appearing again if it's checked. The Investigator has a powerful search feature called the keyword search. This is a complex search that searches all part of a submission or an item for a specified keyword. Because of the nature of the keyword search, it may become necessary from time to time to reset it. This could be due to some data problems or an enhancement to the software. This will go through the data and update the keyword search feature. While you have the ability to run this process when you want to this form, we recommend that you run it only when advised to by a Software Techniques technician. This process can be very slow and time-consuming and cannot be interrupted. If it is interrupted, it can cause problems with the data. To prevent this feature from being run unnecessarily, there is a password that must be entered before you can do the actual resetting. Once you've entered in the password, the form will add up the number of submissions that you have total. When you're ready, go ahead and click the Process button, and it will process each submission and all the items in that submission. Once again, remember, this could be a time-consuming process, so when this is done, make sure you have a while to do it. Next, we're going to talk about packing the database. From time to time, it may become necessary to pack your ACE Express database. Packing the database simply cleans it up a bit and re-indexes each table. Because the size of the tables can grow large, we don't recommend doing this often. It can be a time-consuming process, and if your computer goes down in the middle, it may cause the database to break. Because of this, we put a password on this feature as well. Usually, you will only need to do this when directed by a Software Techniques technician. And that is the Workstation Settings form.